Hi, this is Chris with the latest Sip and Read from the South Holland Public Library. So I'm going to start with a recently read item, specifically Kay Hooper's Hidden Salem. If you appreciate the Shakespeare line, "There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy," this book might be for you. It's the latest title in the Bishop Special Crimes Unit series, and definitely for those who appreciate paranormal elements, ESP, clairvoyance, telekinesis, telepathy, and more in their mysteries and thrillers. It's earned 4+ stars in Goodreads and Amazon. Nellie Cavendish has always felt different. Not only does she have psychic powers, but her mother disappeared when she was very young, and her father distanced himself from her as she was growing up. Then, 10 years after his death, on her 29th birthday, she receives a mysterious letter from her father urging her, before she turns 30, to go to the Appalachian town of Salem, where her family has its roots. He warns her to hide her identity and her abilities and to look for and trust only a man named Finn Deverell. Although she has no intention of going, as she nears her birthday, she experiences a growing compulsion to visit Salem. Once she arrives, she finds herself in a bizarre town where many inhabitants also have the same kind of psychic powers as she does, as well as in the middle of a mystery involving what looks like occult activities, 4 people who have completely vanished, not even bodies left behind, and 1 missing little girl. She receives assistance from 2 members of the Special Crimes Unit, Geneva Rayner and Grayson Sheridan, as well as the aforementioned Finn Deverell. Together, the 4 fight a growing evil trying to take over the town. If you're interested in this title, it's available in print at the South Holland Public Library. I have one qualifier here. When I say available during the rest of this Sip and Read, I mean it's owned, not necessarily on the shelf. So call us or check the digital libraries to see what the shelf status is. For those who like series and like to read them in order, if you'd like to start at the beginning, Bishop and the Special Crimes Unit first appeared in the trilogy Stealing Shadows, Hiding in the Shadows, and Out of the Shadows, all available in our digital library, eRead Illinois. So these are some titles I'm going to highlight from longtime favorite authors. One of my longtime favorite writers is Susan Elizabeth Phillips, who's a local Chicagoland best-selling author. Her latest novel, Dance Away with Me, has received 4+ stars on Goodreads and Amazon. Tired of all the pitying looks and well-meaning platitudes after the unexpected death of her 35-year-old husband, midwife Tess Hartsong flees to the town of Runaway Mountain, Tennessee, hoping to find healing in solitude. Unfortunately, that plan is derailed when her loud music draws the attention and anger of her neighbor, Ian North, a famous and reclusive artist. Soon she meets his pregnant wife, Bianca, as well, and she's drawn further into their lives when an emergency, Bianca going into early labor in the midst of a storm, requires her midwife skills. When Bianca dies, Ian hires her to help care for the premature baby. Of course, Tess can't help but become attached to the baby Wren and to Ian and even to the town. Dance Away with Me is available in eRead Illinois and Media on Demand, while Phillips' earlier works, which are all well worth reading, are available in Hoopla. Amanda Quick is a pseudonym for Jane Ann Krentz, the author of more than 50 New York Times bestsellers, who writes historical romantic suspense novels under the name Amanda Quick, contemporary romantic suspense novels under the name Jane Ann Krentz, and futuristic romance novels under the pseudonym Jane Castle. In Up Close, the 4th in the Burning Cove series, Quick again uses paranormal elements in her return to 1930s California. Photographer Vivian Brazier refuses her society marriage and moves from San Francisco to Adelina Beach. She is cut off by her father, so she does studio portraits for wannabe actors and crime scene shots for daily newspapers to support herself. But when her knowledge of photography helps the police identify the dagger killer, Vivian becomes the target of a possible accomplice. Private investigator Nick Sundridge is hired by Luther Pell of Burning Cove to protect her. So Nick poses as her assistant while using his special ability to see things in visions and psychic dreams. Eventually, he and Vivian come up with a plan to catch the killer in Burning Cove. Up Close also earned 4+ stars in Novelist, Goodreads, and Amazon, and it will be available soon in print and large print at the South Holland Public Library. It's available now in our digital libraries, eRead Illinois, and Media on Demand. And again, for those who would like to read the series in order, the first 3 titles in the series, The Girl Who Knew Too Much, The Other Lady Vanishes, and Tightrope, are available in print and large print at the library, as well as in the digital libraries. James Patterson's latest installment in the Women's Murder Club Mysteries, The 20th Victim, co-authored with Maxine Petro, has a Chicago connection. Simultaneous murders hit San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Chicago. As San Francisco Sergeant Lindsay Boxer investigates, she discovers that all the victims were connected to the drug trade. Then her friend, reporter Cindy Thomas, receives a communication from someone who claims to be the killer, and that the killings are being conducted by vigilantes intent on crushing drug dealers. So are these killers heroes or villains, and who will be next? Coming soon in print to the South Holland Public Library and available in eRead Illinois and Media on Demand. If you've never read this series before, it could keep you busy for quite a while. The titles are variously available in print at the library and in our digital libraries. So the next 3 titles I'm going to highlight I've heard about through the grapevine. The first, The Book of Longings by Sue Monk Kidd, proposes something audacious, that Jesus of Nazareth was married, specifically to Anna, the main character of this book. She's also the sister of Judas and the only daughter of Herod's chief scribe, Matthias, who allows her to learn to read and write. But when she turns 15, her parents betroth her to the much older Nathaniel ben Hananiah, who dies from a sudden illness. When Anna refuses to become the concubine of Herod, she's saved from stoning by Jesus. They eventually wed and deal with the many challenges of marriage, while Jesus' call to the ministry grows stronger. When Judas notifies Anna that Herod seeks her arrest, she flees to the city of Alexandria. And ultimately, her fate is determined during a stunning convergence of events considered among the most impactful in human history. This is available in print and large print at the South Holland Library and in both ebook and e-audiobook formats in eRead Illinois and Media on Demand. A Burning, the debut novel by Megha Majumdar, follows 3 characters in contemporary urban India. Jivan, a 22-year-old Muslim woman accused of the terrorist bombing of a train because of a careless comment on Facebook. P.T. Sir, her former gym teacher, who becomes involved with a right-wing political party. And Lovely, a transgender woman whom Jivan tutored in English. Jivan is arrested and jailed while P.T. Sir starts to work for a right-wing political party and descends into corruption. His ascent within the party and government becomes linked to Jivan's fall. In the meantime, Lovely, a hijra, a transgender woman dreaming of becoming an actress and a star, has the alibi that could set Jivan free, but it will cost her everything she holds dear. The story rotates between these 3 characters in short chapters, giving the novel a fast-moving feel. And you can find it in our digital libraries, eRead Illinois, and Media on Demand. In Julie Clark's latest, The Last Flight, Claire Cook seems to have the perfect life. She's married to the scion of a political dynasty, and they live in a Manhattan townhouse among elegant surroundings. Unfortunately, that scion is a controlling and abusive husband. Ordered by her husband to go to Puerto Rico, Claire meets Ava James at JFK Airport. Ava is a grieving widow heading home to California. When Claire tells her she would do anything to not go to Puerto Rico, Ava agrees to swap flights with her. On arrival in Oakland, Claire discovers that Ava's flight crashed, killing everyone on board. She sees this as an opportunity to start a new life until she discovers that Ava was not what she claimed and had some dangerous secrets of her own. Find this title in our digital libraries, Hoopla and Media on Demand. Don't forget South Holland Public Card holders have access to ebooks and e-audiobooks via eRead Illinois, Hoopla, and Media on Demand. You can also suggest a title to us on our website. And if you go to our website, shlibrary.org, and click on Collections, under Collections, there's Suggest a Title. If you'd like to inquire about any of these books or have any other questions, we can be reached by phone at 708-527-3160, via live chat at shlibrary.org, or email at library@southhollandlibrary.org. We are available Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you can't reach us between those hours, leave a voicemail or chat message or send an email and we'll respond the next business day. We'd love to hear from you. Feel free to comment about any of these books on our Facebook page. Thank you.